70% of individuals in IQs above 100 never accumulates meaningful wealth, despite when having every intellectual advantage. People much dumber you live in the life you wish you live. And you resent them for it, don't you? You say not to do something illegal or immoral because it makes you better yourself, and just the thought that that might not be case fills you existential dread. Deep down, you think that life isn't fair. Even said you're great things. You want up the smart thing in school. You have been who are thoughts of average and even loser and lacking your ass and is the most important test. The only intelligence that is you get in one to life. You never bothered to learn rules of the game of life, so here are a 15 reasons why smart people stay poor. Welcome to A-Class, the place for future billionaires come to get inspired. Number 1. They don't forget things that made rich people rich. Smart people are life like trying to not be poor instead of trying to be rich. So they never pursue opportunities that build wealth. They can tell you all the reason why you lose money investing in stock market, in Bitcoin, in real estate, in your own business, not realizing they're actually that a vehicle building wealth everyone else but them. You can explain compound interesting but earn none of it. To get rich of life, you need to do it things you make other things rich. Life rewards actions, not know-how. There are graveyards filled with high IQ people who die resentful because they never did anything in their life. Sounding smart in conversations has little or no correlation to the bank account. The main reason why smart people stay important because they're afraid of other smart people judging them. Number 2. They think they're smarter than they are. Look where the shattered the contrast piece you build entire identity on. Okay, you cannot unsmart. If you're that smart, why aren't happy? If you're smart, why are you rich? If you don't smart, why are you surrounded by love? Please become confused intellects with your ability to figure out. Everyone who surprises to A+ know that to win life you have to win across 5 pillars: money, health, relationships, emotions, and intellect. It doesn't matter you master by just one. They're interconnected. If you miss it, your whole life falls apart because its effects will bleed into other areas. Number 3. A lot of declarative nouns build procedural knowledge. Knowing how to solve a problem and being able to solve a problem are two very different things. You can stick back by reading about countries. You confuse I could have I wanted with actually doing it. And the older you get, the more you realize that isn't questions of ability, a question of who does it. You can define entrepreneurship, you haven't sold anything. You can explain leadership theory, but nobody follow it to the parking lot. You lack proof of ability. The truth is, getting rich requires you making mistakes. Being wrong, failing, and getting mud on your clothes are the things that smart people prefer to avoid. Number 4, they're bitter and angry because it's the words handed to them. Look, school messes in there for you. It's not even your fault. When you put your hands, support your answer that God raised a teachers, you reinforce the idea that in order to go star, all you have to do is say the right thing. Everyone told you smart, and somehow you can't believe that is enough. You got used to approval as well. You got used to a hand. Then you enter the words that doesn't cover the potential output. You know dumb things like there should be anything bad nowadays. All rich people courage, all people got lucky. All rich people advise order for profit. Bitterness is just entitlement with a vocabulary and entitlement, never anything value. Number 5, they go for a persist over the profit. Because you stuck against wealth, we train to game to the one of status. So you pursue dilemmas, titles, and wrapping the situations, reputations on yourself, but the colors in the cage and engage in the lack of freedom. You brainwork yourself in seeing, asking for the money as selling out. Sales as the manipulation, wanting money as morally suspicious. The trap here is thinking that is two perspectives cannot consist. The pinnacle of human existence is self-actualization. Working hard, contributing more than you take, and living the worth and remembering. Pursuing this in your core tendency leads to poor adversity of profit. The main reason the smart people get trapped is because their values is messed like with the worst expects in return for a great life. You spend your money on things that don't bring financial returns. You actually read books but just wrong ones. If you don't like being smart and poor, you go to Exelon and download a free PDF with the books that had the biggest impact on our wealth. Every book you finish on that list will make you 1% richer. This doesn't sound like luck, but real compounding is not fluid. So get free reading. Let's go. Number 6, they overanalyze every opportunity until it's gone. They delay investing until they do more research. And the more research you do, the more you realize that they don't actually know. They fear of failures just builds up. The thing is, the market is always shifting. Say nobody is special as they think they are. The other people we have the same ideas as you, usually around the same time. The one you get in the hands of the customers first learns ways more than their long walk to a room. You can steer a park, okay? But smart people who agree all day the best route, why never live in the driveway? Not to mention there's real skill issues at play here. Number 7, they spend decades perfecting skills a market stop paying for. A common mistake people is thinking the market cares about how much effort goes into something. The truth is, they all cares about outcome. If you can get an outcome with a tenth of the effort at half a price, you're going to be rich. You're not going to like hearing this, but there is no nobility, it's more effort. New tools are constantly being released, allowing you to do just that. Smart people feel smart because they learned about a decade ago you used depreciate to a software, a programming language nobody uses anymore. But the market moves on. They say things like, I'm invest too much in the field. It would be the waste to change now, or I'm too advanced to start over. But solving problem is only getting cheaper, and to get you have to solve expensive problems. According to the World Economic Forum, it represents 39% of the high-level skills and requires significant realignment in the next 5 years if you want to remain economically viable. Not to mention, that's the project of their own time. Number 8, they solve $10 problems with $100 worth of time. You know, intelligent people tend to underdevelop time, even the words for it. Cognitive effort bias. They undervalue because they overvalue feeling that figure out something about themselves. They waste the whole day proving someone wrong. They waste the whole day fixing something that will be fixed again next week instead of just replacing it. They will agree that a certain romance and the perfecting is significant in doing yourself. But romance rarely pays in dividends. Ask yourself right now, how much an hours of labor worth? One mistake will follow you not to that task and that go under that threshold. Despite their bigger brand, they make a common mistake. Just because something is hard to get or it takes a long time, doesn't mean it's valuable. Sometimes it's just hard to get. The mind loves friction. The wealthy love leverage. Can I solve it and should I solve it? Require different kind of intelligence. And if they do try to solve it, they usually over-engineer it. Number 9, they believe complexity equals value when actually clients pays for clarity. If you want to instead intend smartest broken person in a room, listen for him unnecessarily. It complicates the explanation or they words is this or joke, okay? There's one time to send humans to space, not just spend $150 million perfect a pen that could write without problem in zero gravity. The Chinese use a pencil. Smart people over-engineer everything they touch. You'll be surprised just how many of life's problems can be solved with a dubstep and a faith. That the mistakes, this job is to waste your life conquering the problem, but already come in the move forward in life. No fancy language, no unnecessary fluff in your left edge case. People will pay the clarity and getting it done. Everything else is short yourself in front. Coming comes for self and from removing friction. Simple offering average from complex up toward 20% customer acquisitions and loyalty. Get out of your head and get on with your life. Number 10. They believe they already know everything, so there is no point in asking for help. Arrogance is what's keeping you poor. If you know everything, why aren't you rich? You too proud. A fierce like a dog, a generous keeping you poor. Why you are lost in the middle of a jungle trying to figure out as people who receive a coach and mentorship experience dramatically higher income revenue careers acquisition than those who go on solo. They network horizons with other experts like themselves. Instead of on vertically with their decision makers, you can move neatly in favor. Smart people have to be a smart person in the room and the introvert shake that out purposefully. How can you speak of explaining opportunities cost but not see and value mentorship and coaching? We build an entire multi-pyramid dollar building on top of that especially. We build a genius network for high-level individuals. When you download Alexa app, you get three things. First, thousands of curated money model and coaching lessons. Second, we find those coaches and the top performers that in the room and the camera and recording knowledge. And third, they communicate the high net worth peers and provide embedded communication advice. The A-Class app is okay. It's go to aclass.com app right now to download it. If you think that's the first time you open the app, you can get a special discount your student discount QR code. Your life is cheap. If you think investing in yourself is expensive, so go to aclass.com app. It quickly become one of the highest royalty tool in your arsenal. Number 11, it looks down soft skills. You know, every often we see themselves as introverts, not knowing that it's skills issues, not something it's stuck with. As most things in life, you learn how to do it right. To do something is come easier, some have a little bit more work to do, and that's just a price come and get. The worst is communication. It's communications. Smart people hard metrics, but it's hard to measure stuff like confidence, charisma, leadership, storytelling, sales, negotiations, and emotional intelligence. And because stuck at you cultivate skills while completely ignoring in fact according to the World Economy Forum, 8 of the 10 highest paying competencies on earth are soft skills. AI brought down cost intelligence to pennies. Also soft skills, that's a bag. Number 12, they double down on their cost. The smartest people waste years defending decisions they made in minutes. The smarter you are, the better you are at justifying your bad decisions. Smart people stay in careers they hate, industry that dying, business that aren't working, degrees they regret, adventures that drain them, as relationship that stun them. Not because they're working, they because they want to invest time, money, or reputation into them. Have to believe that they make the things turn around, even they not under their control. The where is bravado and common loyalty and protectively it comes expensive your paycheck and lifelong freedom. A man will stay aboard sinking ship, not because he's hoping to try, and because he is a bullshit self. So stop trying to realize something that's not working. Let's go and move on. Number 13. Mentor decide on grammar shifts, but the market wants mass scales. Smart people love the right way, Perfect technique, perfect mastery, perfect executions, but a marketplace where one availability, speed, and scale. Just look at the real world. They romanticize things that are handmade, and almost everything you regularly spend money on is industrial by design. Small packaged goods have labor costs and 5 to 15 times higher and therefore cannot compete with mass production pricing. This is the mistake they make, okay? Warren Richards found that business with focus on early scalabilities or from highly specialized craft first operations is liable to travel X over 10 horizons. Consumer spending is captured by companies operate at scale. Number 14. They marry or partner up with another intellectual and double at analysis paralysis. And when two discovers PhDs partner up, the household becomes university. Another factor important to remember that universities survive through donations. The household has many hypotheses but zero outcomes because there's hesitations of merit as well. You end up confirming its other fears and canceling an action with evident return to slower major slide decisions holding you back. According to Harvard Business, it takes them 2.0 times longer to make a decision than everything else, and you need to take risks earlier in your life if you want to build wealth. Households is invest aggressively before age 35, have 4 to 7 times more wealth by the age of 55. Instead of building a life, you build a library of reasons not to. Number 15. They believe the myth that great work speaking of itself. If your working would speak itself, it would be spoken by now. But nobody now exists and words which is not easy. Many men if fate is obscurity, whether the word words to knowledge. You die smart, broke and resentful. Required mouths doesn't get fat. Last Sunday we got a video 15 reasons why dumb people get rich when you can check out by clicking in the top right corner. That breakdown exactly what you're lacking. If you are blessed with higher intellect, you might use it in the most dumb route to get to your benefit. Why do you think more people didn't think it benefit them? What is not them the comments, the sentence stuck around the chorus, the serious point is waiting. And unpretendence is there's more people with business understanding than limited. If you're smart in one to in life, learn how money works. Do our advice is take okay, read the books, go to the Jesus Mountain and comparison, watch Shark Tanks, whatever you can to acquire more business expertise. Your smart brand will come up with solutions that your computer brand trade up with masses. Our mantra here at Atlas is you can get anything you want in life, but let's get you rich first. Once we raise ourselves of money problems and have access to a true desire, one life is really opens up. Please keep this illustrated on your IELTS.com lifetimes. For every limited time, you can buy a lifetime subscription to app and all our features of its present features of its release. No more yearly monthly subscriptions. Think of this, they invest in you for your next few years. If you're ready to pair your smart with business, write the word open in the comments. That way we know who the true listeners and who are here in the bot. You'll see you in the back here next time, my friend. Until then, take care.